Something in me has shifted. How do I know I've been lifted? Recently, I have been squashed by Big Brother Squirrely Lizard Boy himself. Yay, he got what he wanted. But something in me has shifted. I have lifted, I have drifted out of a lot of my own nonsense. What I grieved for about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 days, without any delays, I've shifted. Somewhat grateful because of it. I become lit in new places of my life. Are you becoming lit? Let's get lit. It's legit, y'all. So dog. Tonight is Center of Light Foundation. Back to basics. I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna do my best. Don't judge me, y'all. I'm trying. Center of Light Foundation, back to basics. It's always about the foundation. So maybe there we can be found and become that very foundation ourselves. I'm going to deliver. I'm going to take you back, not only to the beginning, which I will, but the beginning, meaning the eternal, which has never started, is definitely now, and will never end. The mind explodes when it tries to comprehend this reality. In fact, it wants no part of it. It's too much because it doesn't require thinking. The mind doesn't like pondering eternity because you can't think your way into eternity. So the mind wants no involvement with that. In fact, it's above the mind. The mind says, I don't know what that is. Expansion begins to happen. So now it becomes property, which it always was, is, and forever will be, of the heart. The heart says, I know exactly what to do with this. And it says, yum, 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 yum. I take it all in. Breadcrumb by breadcrumb. Yum. I want to raise my chair up. See, I've told you I've been being lifted. There we go. So, are you being lifted? Or have you drifted further into the nonsense? Simple question. Well, how will I know? Another fantastic, simple question. Powerful question. How do you feel? Does it feel real? Do you feel like you are the only deal that can ever be made and your worth is beyond what you can possibly imagine? Imagine that. Do you feel that way about yourself? Well, I'm trying. Good. Trying will never get you there. Do or do not. There is no try. So how do I not try and become successful? That in and of itself can be obsessful because it's still trying. It's still crying. That you're not there yet. But I am here to tell you, you are already there, always have been and always will be. So you see, you must take back what is yours by birthright. Not by birthright on this planet, but eternal right, granted your clarity, becoming clear. so that the power of God through every even or odd in your life is consistently clear. Have I made myself clear? My dear cosmic sibling. So we're going to go back to basics. The beginning of it all, which has never started. But from our perspective, the beginning. Center of light foundation. Back to basics. I'm going to lay out very simple, kid you not, the most powerful principles that you can ever not only entertain, which is fantastic, but to initiate, integrate, and graduate so you can go home and cross the bridge to your soul. Humanity's quandary, the dark stuff. But I'm getting a little better, and I'm getting a little better. It's called nobility. And I'm getting a little better. I'm getting so much better that it's better. What was the movie with Eddie Murphy? Better is best. And this becomes who I am. And I have to step fully into the light. I have shifted. I have lifted. Like all of us, I have drifted into the nonsense. So if you're interested in purchasing my bestseller, I'm dropping that in the forum now. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Let me see what's happening on YouTube. Dolores is here. Trish Merca. What's up, Trish Merca? I don't know if I've ever met or talked to Trish Merca, unless it's Trisha that I have friends on Facebook, and it's just a different mask. Good to see everyone. So we're going inside my cave dwellers. Lavender Soul CDs, my spiritual band comprised of members of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. I'm selling them dirt cheap. We have thousands of them. Basically, we're giving them away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. What else can you do? So the hashtags I used for this presentation, since tonight is Center of Light Foundation, Initiation, Integration, Graduation, the hashtags I used describe this hour plus with you meditation. The first one is hashtag meditation, spiritual expansion. Always go back to the basics. You try to build a house with the first brick on level, the whole thing will collapse. Spiritual expansion always goes back to the basics. Consciousness happens when we go back to the basics. Higher self, I want to be with God. One, which is primary, back to not only the basics, but that which is the most basic. Self-awareness. You. Hashtag you. Hashtag me. Hashtag we. Hashtag see. Hashtag hear. Hashtag feel. Hashtag touch. Hashtag know. Hashtag basics. Back to basics. Foundation. Simple. Balance. Primary. There is no more argument. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. See, it's not hard. It's never been hard, nor will it ever be. Do you see? Do you feel? Are you for real? Do you actually touch yourself and other people by using your hand to touch yourself and other people? Do you hear? I mean, truly hear. Hearing in the sense of listening. Are you listening? Are you glistening? Do you actually smell? Are you smelling correctly? I can smell bullshit a mile away. What is it you're tasting in your life? How's your spiritual diet? Try it. You will only find your manna, your sustenance in the quiet. You deserve to be quiet. Shh. Back to basics we go. And so you will grow from the basics, which you already have launched yourself from there to here. But we have to be continuous to get out of the fear that always wants to bind us into a said past dead experience. Let's see what's happening in the rooms. Hello, Pamela Sharp. Sana. Kelly Bird says, I love it. The art of listening. Wait. Acronym. Why am I talking? I love it. Let me see what's happening on the YouTubeage. Trish says, yes, that's me. Hello, precious, and thank you for sharing. You're lovely. So tonight we're talking about Center of Light Foundation. Elation, initiation, integration, and graduation. When there's no longer any hesitation in this moment, as I'm saying that, Robert Harrison shows up. People always ask me, how and why do I go through these rhymes? On a dime, I can't tell you why. It just chimes in my consciousness and takes over. Red Rover, send the rhymes right over. I just don't know why. But I can tell you, from being me, I understand all the language and the rhymes and riddles that happen and move through my vessel. Because there's more taking place than simple words. Homonyms, synonyms, yamamonyms. You see? So it's about being quiet. Back to basics we go. As above, so below, on forever it will go, sis or bro, yo. Do you understand? Something has changed in me since my account has been squashed. The first 4 or 5 days, I was grieving. I was mad. I was pissed. I still feel some of that. I like some silent revenge. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I have shifted. I have lifted and drifted out of the nonsense by realizing, because of and my love for my work, without a twerk or jerk, I went immediately into new possibility because of. And that way, I'm grateful. Helps me to get out of wanting to be hateful. And lizard squirrely boy. All right, let's see what's happening. I'm gonna take a short break. Sunny Core, how you doing, dear? Yep, I was squashed. I will be in touch with you soon. I'm trying to get back to where you once belong. Get back, JoJo. All right, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. Center of Light Foundation. Initiation, integration, and graduation will happen. We'll go back to basics. Meditation. I'm gonna stop right there. Cliffhanger. Keith, you son of a... Okay, I got you. I love you. Let's see what's happening. Jewelry person, you fashion jewelry, stones, music, artist, spoken word, whatever it is. Keith, I want to be in a segue of yours. I will put you up in here like mayonnaise on a sandwich. All I could do is say, I want to show off my soul. I want to show off my soul. And we'll turn up the fire. I love it. I'm going to play a song by a dear friend of mine. Her name is Allie. Young lady, 22 now, 23 at most. She wrote this song 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. This should be a soundtrack piece for a movie. But I don't mean the old Hollywood. I'm talking about the new one. Listen to it. It's phenomenal. Get your napkins. Your tissue. I'm warning you. I'll be right back. Center of Light Foundation, Initiation, Integration, and Graduation. Back to basics we are going. And it doesn't mean simple. It means infinitely powerful, because it is the basics of anything that holds the everything together. Contemplate that. See you shortly.
I don't know anymore. My mind and soul, they fight the war. Lost my faith in myself and everything else, yet I'm so afraid to lose it all. I guess I'd rather try than die not knowing. I guess I'd rather fight than give up hoping that maybe you would find the courage to grow with me. All I want is you, nothing but you. This won't work unless you want me to fight for me, dear. That's all I ask of you. So go ahead and reel me in again. Love me good and make me feel something. Promise me you'll never let me go. Go ahead and break my heart again. If she flirts, she's more than just a friend. Fool me twice, I guess this one's on me. But don't you ever expect anyone to love you like me. I don't know anymore. I ask myself, what is this for? I wanna say that you're worth all the pain, but I don't know tomorrow. I just know today. I guess I'd rather try than die not knowing. I guess I'd rather fight than give up hoping that maybe you and I can make it some way somehow. But maybe it is best to give up hoping, suffer through the pain of losing you, knowing there's still so much of me that loves so much of you. So I'll go ahead and break your heart this time. In the end, at least it wasn't mine, though this hurts me more than I can bear. I promise you you'll find somebody new, and I don't expect anyone to love you like me. Like me. You lied, I thought you were my friend, a thief who stole my innocence. I fought and lost, your heart was not the broken one. I tried to fight the fears that I had to hide, but in the end, I let myself be free. So I'll go ahead and love myself this time. Cut you off, get you out of my mind. The pain is dulled and I can finally breathe. I'll work on me and find somebody new. 'Cause I know I'll find somebody who will love me for exactly who I am. But don't you ever expect anyone to love you like I did.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light Foundation. To the fountain of wealth, the fountain of youth, we go. Back to basics. I want to share with you all, actually I want to do this for the simple pleasure of being in my heart. I'm feeling it already. That's the feeling I want to be constant, ever steady. Why I do what I do? I'm a selfish son of a bitch. I want my joy. And my joy comes from employing myself to help other people. Not that someone is broken and needs help. It reminds me of me when I started my walk, to want something greater than I've ever known. So I want to address someone who is in this forum, one of the two forums. They recently posted something about, I'll call her out. She deserves to be called out. Trish Merca on YouTube. Give me a second. I want to see what's happening so I don't have to keep going to different pages. And boom, there it is. And like that, that was going to take a moment to populate. I'm open. I'm listening. I am happy to learn about how to go where I need to go inside. And Trish, I share with you in the forum on YouTube that I would share my heart with you. And I want to do that. I'm asking you to become aware of yourself in this moment, what it feels like to be you. No judgment, just simply close your eyes and say, what does it feel like to be me, Trish? What does it feel like? And when you grasp that, look back on your life, simply, without judgment, just reflect, come back, present moment. What do you think that means? Does it have a meaning? It's likely the one you're giving it. Don't effort or stress, struggle or strain. What's up, Mick Rogers from Australia? My brother. Don't effort, stress or strain or struggle. Don't do that. I am your guru. No, I'm not. I am a soundboard. I am a reflection of you. I just got there first. Don't know how old you are. Maybe it's an age thing. Don't listen to anyone's nonsense, including mine. But what you will find in mine is don't listen to anyone's nonsense but mine. Be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of your instincts. Be mindful, rather heartful, of your passion. And don't let anyone else ever tell you otherwise. In so doing, you will give yourself a great disservice. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. You can only do that by being good to yourself. There is no other path. I can literally feel you. You have touched me. Open me up. There is no way to do anything except one way. And you do that your own way, and the way will simply be provided. You have to go back to the basics. Tonight is Center of Light Foundation, initiation, integration, and graduation. You have to stop the nonsense, all of us, the noise, and create a new disposition. And that position is one of foundation. Let's do that right here, right now. I got to compose myself. I got to get rid of some negativity. The black stuff. What is that? Maybe I possibly regurgitated some of my filth. I'll be right back shortly. I gotta wash my hands. I'd never, it'd be so funny if I scratch my nose and put it on my face. I will see you shortly. Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. Excuse me. Center of Light Foundation. Initiation, integration, and graduation. We can get right to it. Let's talk about what the basics are. Excuse me. And what the basics are is the rock star. No holds barred. It's the very thing that we need to return to. We always have to go home. You're hanging out with your friends, riding bicycles, but you got to go home. That's where your food is. That's where your bed is. That's where your shelter is. And your parents. You always have to go home. You have to go back to basics. Right? So tonight, let's go back home. Let's go back to basics so we can understand the importance of being in our house with our family, our tribe, the basics of it all. When you base your life on this for all reason and all time, then the season will come ongoingly. Mick Rogers says, we have gone into lockdown again. Oh gosh, again. They contain our physical, but never, right. I don't know about again, but I got it now. We have been into a lockdown. And you know what, Mick? I love it. Thank you for sharing. Because of lockdown, I'm no longer mad. It doesn't affect me because I sit in this chair 24 hours a day and then some. But because of lockdown, as it's called, I've actually become more free. So are we seeing lock down, lock in, or getting out? I think the world is becoming liberated via said lockdown. Humanity has never been more unified than since lockdown. All right, so let me get into my presentation of why we're here. The whole first segment usually is me just going at it. The last segment is me just falling in and going in it. So now we're going to go to it. And again, thank you, Trish. You have opened me. You have changed me. I love where you are. Don't listen to bullshit. Please do not listen to pseudo-spirituality. So, Keith, what is pseudo-spirituality? People trying to tell you how to be happy and what is spirituality, including myself. But including myself as someone who truly deliberately cares about you. Find whatever it takes, which is you. It's going to look like you when you look in the mirror, and implement in your life to the fullest possibility. And you will see God. And when you look in the mirror, guess what it's going to look like? Do I have to say it? Not only is it going to look like your passion and everything that you deserve, it's going to look like your body. Got me? Nobody else can do it for you. Jesus, Krishna, Buddha will help all of us, but nobody can do it for you. All right, let's move into our presentation. What are the basics? Let's get down to basics. Debbie Trotter says, I send peace and love to you, mate. Yes, sir, you must know each other. All right, here we go. Let's get down to the basics. What are the basics? Well, let's plain and simply lay it out. And in so doing, there is no screwing around. No one can lie to you. No one can deny themselves by lying to you and lying to themselves. Let's get right down to the basics. The number one brick in any building or rebuilding or foundation of anything that ever was, is now, or can ever be. What's up, my bro friend? Javier. The number one foundation of spirituality or religion, even if you're a fundamentalist, we're not going to judge. The fact of creation, if you are a spiritualist or religious person, is God. End of story. Even or odd, shake or nod, it's God. There is no facade for those who are spiritual or religious in that truth. Number one is God. Good night, y'all. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. I will see you later. It's God. That's it. Now, let's not be selfish. Friend Javier says, I am that I am. Let's not be selfish and talk about ourselves. Let's talk about the supposed atheist. You can never be an atheist. And oh my God, the buff chest comes out from the atheist. You can never be atheist. If you love your children, you can never be atheist. End of story. There's your glory. No more worry. Stop being in such a hurry. Because the question simply becomes, in the physics, metaphysics, quantum physics of anything is the primordial. Well, Keith, this all just happened. Of course it did. A tree comes from a seed, and the next tree comes from a seed. Children come from the seed of the father, so forth and so on. So you at least get that idea. Well, Keith, something just swirled in the universe and the Big Bang just happened. Yeah, because something big was banging. What is the big that was banging that caused the Big Bang? There had to be an intention or a something before the nothing. So what is that something that stirred the cosmic pot, soup or gumbo, to bring us to where we are now? Well, it was all about, well, you can deny the truth all you like, but go back to the intention, the will, the desire that sparked anything to be anything in the cosmic field of absolutely no thing, which is nothing, which is zero. You become the hero when you see that it is you. Without further ado, you stand up and become the glue of your infinite possibility. Do you see? God is first. It is always God. Now, what you call God or what I call God might not be the same as far as enunciation, pronunciation. It's irrelevant. We're talking about the same elephant in the same room. But we have to give ourselves room to understand that back to basics is, we can call it God. We don't have to call it God for those who like other terms. We can call it consciousness, source, creator, Jesus, Buddha, an ice cream cone, a delicious sandwich. It doesn't matter what you call it. Is that which makes you feel warm, fuzzy, safe, cozy inside. Inside, God. Number one, rule of the basics. Number two, hello, Sun Hugs. Number one is God. In fact, in many traditions, God is first, family second, whatever third. Number two, if your God is number one, we all know that the law of one, excuse me, God is number one, the law of one, we are one. So if we are one, why do we feel such separation between ourselves and our tribe and our friends and our family and our deities as to why we even pray to a deity in the first place? If we are truly one and truly have initiated, integrated, and graduated into that, who in the hell are we, and I say this deliberately, who in the hell are we praying to? Who are we praying to? If God is one in the form of basics, hello Morgan Lee, who are we praying to? You pray to yourself. So we have God as the foundation, the initial origin, the one first brick in the structure of your house, which is your consciousness, God, that which is intelligent. Some people don't like God, the word God. They're like intelligence or whatever it is that the quantum mechanical unified field. whatever you call it. Then number 2 becomes the something other than God. Well, that means, well, Keith, you're talking about me. Or am I? Am I am something other than God. But let's use this in the context of this teaching. God, 1. 2, the birth of the Christ. You are the Christ. I am the Christ. We are the Christ. So the birth of something other than God, that would be 2. Not only number 2 in the principles I'm laying out as far as the basics of foundation, but literally number 2. God is 1, the only one, and that's all there will ever be. Excuse me. And number 2 is the idea of something other than God, which creates a separation. Number 3 is the effect of which said something has caused cause and effect. That is more likely the you and me and the we of it. God is number 1, back to basics. Number 2, in the basic elemental table, Sunday says, yes, it's consciousness. It's always a consciousness. Number 2 is something other than God. Number 3 is the effects of which said something has caused. Number 4, I love it. Putting all out of balance back into place, sort of like a reboot or a defrag. Sunny says, Yanava. Yanava, Sunny. I see. God, number 1. Something other than God. Number 3, the effects of which said something has caused. You, me, we live in this place, and by our effect of things, we cause things to happen. Why? Because that's what we do. Number 4, putting all out of balance back in to place. Sort of like a reboot or defrag. Number 5, as above, so below, on forever it will go. As above, so below, on forever it will go. As above, so below, on forever it will go. Number 1, God. Number 2, something other than God. Number 3, the effects of which said something has caused. Number 4, putting all out of balance back into place, sort of like a reboot or defrag. Number 5, as above, so below, on forever it will go. Sis or bro, yo, do you understand? There is nothing else. I don't care what you read. I want you to read. I want you, welcome, Trish. I want you to read. I want you to be seeded. I want you to bleed your heart for something beyond what you've never had before. But it all comes to going back to basics in the days of yours and mine. Have you taken the time to find that aspect of yourself? It is so simple. There is nothing else. God, source, creation, intelligence, Big Bang, a sandwich, an ice cream cone, simply being with my family. All these labels are nonsense and creates unneeded, unnecessary separation. Keeps you, me, we, us from the elation of initiation, integration, and graduation into that which has no expiration. It is infinite. This is your birthright. Wow! If you can only feel what it feels like to be me, and this power, this second, this minute, this hour, which moves through me. It wants me as bad as I want it. It wants me as much as I want it. That's the grit. when you want that, whatever that is for you, without further ado, the real you will step up. Step up and step in, and you will win. It's not a competition, but it is a game being played on you. And you've chosen to insert your $200 when we pass go, hoping we don't go to jail, only to wish we had a get out of jail free card. You have to believe in the Lord, that which rises from the earth, and the birth of the Lord from the earth. You don't have to like me. It's okay, because I love you. Will look exactly like you when you look in the mirror. Look ever clearer and more dearer, and you will see. Objects in the mirror are smaller than they appear. You give me life. You give me power. You give me passion. Thank you. I got a little bit more. Stick around. Share this everywhere. My account was squashed. I'm okay with it. I've learned a lot. I've learned that I don't give a shit. And now it's coming back so full for me. I have so many new possibilities because of I am actually moving further into my heart to do what I love. This has been an exhausting, beautiful, exhausting, emotional night for me. If you're just arriving, if you go back, you can take my word for it. I went through a gamut of emotions. Again, thank you, Trish. I'll be right back. The question we should all ask ourselves is, what am I looking for? Have you asked yourself that simple, beautiful question? What am I looking for? Without any expectation. What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for a partner, good sexual lover, a good job, and a car. Just simply open-ended. What am I looking for? You turn up the gas, put some ass into that question. Watch what will come to pass for you. Lavender Soul, my spiritual band. I wrote this song many, many years ago. It was all downloaded. I will see you shortly. Execute your upgrading, whatever you download. Be conscious. I'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.
What's behind it that I need more? then what I have, I'm just not sure. What am I searching for? The mothership to a distant shore. Could this journey make me more of who I am? I'm just not sure.
Where do you go to find the answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside?
What am I hoping for? A better world, is there a cure? What can I do to help the score? I'm at a loss, I'm just not sure. What am I praying for? To see the light around the world and the people's love restored. Peace on earth, of this I'm sure.
Where do you go to find your answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? Where do you go to find your answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? You hold the key to find your answers. I am the door you have not tried. Never again taking chances. Open your heart and walk inside. Walk inside.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light Foundation. Initiation, back to the beginning. Integration, you're now beginning to winning. You're spinning in a new possibility into graduation. My Broham sandwich, Mr. Robert Harrison, knucklehead that he is, I love him dearly. He said, if you've been following me for a while, you know that we have a song called We, Lavender Soul, perfect in every way. Let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Time to celebrate who you are. You are perfect in every way. My trip to India, my second book, to see God in the form of a human being, is called For the Love of God. And Robert has the audacity to say, we are the love of God. There is no other way. So if we are the love of God and there is no other way, let the love of God fall upon you to get you out of your dismay, and you're no longer swaying to the current of nonsense. We are the love of God. If you were God, which you are, would you do anything that you despise or dispose or loathe? You wouldn't. I sit in this chair every day because I do what I love. Why would anyone, especially if you were God, want to do anything that does not bring you joy? We are the love of God. So in this way, we are God's joy. And when we recognize that in ourselves, joy is always evidence of the presence of God. So we become divinely married to our parent. It should be apparent, but it's not. Because we've become so difficult, our simplicity turns into struggle. Back to basics. Let's get back to basics. From my new bestseller, Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, let's go more into back to the basics. Let's review basics. The foundation, Center Light Foundation. The foundation is God. Intelligence, Big Bang, ice cream cone, a nice sandwich, whatever it is for you that represents beauty. Beauty. 2, something other than that beauty, or God. Number 3, the effects of which said something caused. Number 4, putting all out of balance back into place, sort of like a reboot or defrag. Number 5, as above, so below, on forever it will go. From my new bestseller, Spirit Says, Back to Basics. For clarity about how you ended up where you are now, it is time to check your origins and the many influences you have had along the way. To learn about yourself on the physical meat suit level, you must go all the way back to your birthplace and early environment. Recall your food intake, injuries that you've sustained, and illnesses that you have had throughout your childhood. To learn about yourself on number 2, to learn about yourself on a mental level, look at your family, religious instructors, peers, teachers, government, and the media, for they instilled in you what they thought was right or wrong, holy or blasphemous, real or illusion, possible or impossible. Number 3, to learn about yourself on an emotional level, consider the hurt. Oh my God, this hurt. And in the hurting, there's something other than God, and your supplication by saying, oh my God, you immediately go back to the basics, the principle of everything that is anything or ever will be. To learn about yourself on a mental level, look at your family, religious instructors, peers, teachers, governments, and the media, for they instilled in you what they thought was right, wrong, holy or blasphemous, real or illusion, possible or impossible. Number 3, to learn about yourself on an emotional level, consider the hurt, pain, and fear you have been through. Ask yourself, why did I choose to incarnate into that particular family, in that particular place? What lessons did I come here to complete? Acknowledge how the tough love your parents meted out was not intended to abuse you, nor was it meant to leave you holding any emotional baggage. Instead, take into account how their discipline has been instrumental to your development. Take stock of what you are holding on to and rejoice in what you have released. Take an overview of your life, the gift of it, and the real gift of what you have gained by living it. And God simply says, hello? See all of these lessons and learn. Number 4, to get to your spiritual roots, understand that your body is comprised of the same properties as your celestial bodies, your star parents. Begin to see yourself as a divine child enfolded by universal consciousness, coming into your purpose, your birthright, and divinity. Look in, out, and all about, see God, be God. And I ask Spirit this question: will it help for me to think of us humans as characters who have come to act out our roles on earth on this great stage of duality? And Spirit says, yes, because that is exactly what you are doing. Even though you do not remember this, long before you began to incarnate, you collectively decided how long you were willing to play your parts in the earth experiment. You agreed that when the clock ran out, whatever level of consciousness you all have achieved would be the determining factor of the world's fate. And I asked the question, why don't we remember? And Spirit continues, that is the only way that all your choices can be unbiased ones. Expansion. And I say, why? Spirit says, I say, I wish I could have known about who I am sooner. Spirit says, why? And I say, maybe I could have done more while I've been here this time. And Spirit says, Keith, it doesn't matter whether you knew or not. Your next level will happen regardless. What is important is that you have the time of your life. As I said to you, Trish, have the time of your life while you are here. And I say, I'm having a bunch of fun, all right, but what I want is more quality. And God says, questions, Keith. And I say, huh? Use that exquisite, ever-present inquisitiveness of yours to ask questions like, who am I? Why am I here? Why do things happen to me the way they do? What does all this mean? And Spirit continues, no matter the question, if you ask with all of your heart, the door to the answer will swing wide open, revealing the I that you truly are. And then your life will become one of superior quality. So finally, let's get back to basics. To help you do exactly that, I now offer 3 tenets that have been and still are quite helpful to me, that seem to be the foundation of my spirituality. Number 1, the All-Knowing Tenet. If turning inward unites me with God, higher self, ice cream cone, delicious sandwich, Big Bang, then it makes sense to me that omnipresence, which is peace, is my natural state. Number 2, the all-powerful tenet. If my natural state is turning inward unites me with God, then it makes sense to me that omnipotence, love, which is the power, is my natural state. Number 3, the all-pervading tenet. If turning inward unites me with God, then it makes sense to me that omnipresence, liberation, initiation, integration, graduation, infinite elation, liberation is my natural state. The gift God has given to me, I want to give to you. I take great pleasure in sharing with you my prophetic vision of heaven and earth. You are the vision. You are the Christ. You are heaven on earth. Walk into your divinity. Walk into the one. There is only one. There is no number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You will find yourself becoming fully illumined and fully alive when you realize that when you go back to the basic foundation, the fountain of youth, the fountain of eternity, you will see what you're truly worth. I love you. Mere sentiment? Maybe. Probably not. Stop thinking. Definitely stop talking. Incessantly. Start breathing. Start seeing. Start feeling. Dear Lord, start feeling. Start touching. And I don't mean touch, but I do mean that. But I mean touch. Touch other people. Smell. They say that the sense of smell is the one that launches us back to the past. Not dwelling on the past, but simply looking at it. Feeling. How are you feeling every day, every moment? How are you feeling? What are you dealing with? How are you feeling in with what you're dealing with? How does it simply feel to be you? You are due something beyond what you've ever known. Have you grown, or are you growing into greater possibilities? It's always back to the foundation. So what is the foundation? An overall synopsis, summary of this presentation. What is the basics? I should actually leave it sit right there. Because beyond compare, if you try to figure out what are the basics, you have missed it. You wanting to be mystic, you. What are the basics? What is the basic? Rather, lather yourself up really good with this spiritual shampoo. What is it that is most basic? Nothing and everything. And you are the something that is crossing the bridge to your soul. Do you get it? It's all about being ancient, about being old. Don't listen to the nonsense and the bullshit of people trying to tell you about your joy, beauty, and what you deserve. Don't do it. If you do, you will sell your soul. That's up to you. You are loved beyond measure.